Quick one before we begin, guys. If you wanted to check out my writing on Medium, I've been talking recently a lot about productivity software and tools, so you can check that one out in the description below, as well as get access to all and the thousands of other writers on medium.com. You can check out the link in the description. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're diving into what is happening with Slack and what has happened more recently with their sort of Salesforce events. Obviously, for those who don't know, Salesforce now owns Slack. It's sort of become official in the last sort of 3 months, I believe. But Slack have basically more recently introduced this new Clips feature. And this is the article from The Verge, which I'll include in the link in the description because it's a really well put together article. And this new Clips feature is basically aiming to avoid meetings. And it works in 2 different ways. For example, here's a good example of it. The actual video can be recorded from your camera and instantly shared with the team. And then when you stop recording, it basically posts it directly into the conversation. Very much like how Cloud App and Loom work, which are really popular video quick messaging applications, and they sort of remove that unnecessary need for an entire meeting. Now, there's a secondary feature that allows you to record your screen and also record yourself at the same time so that you're visually demonstrating something in front of you, whether that's a workflow or a roadmap or maybe even a new website redesign or something like that. So that's some of the sort of bigger updates, and it's called Clips. They want it to remove meetings, which I understand, and they're getting video voicemails, which they essentially are. Now, there is a service that does this quite well now called Yak, which is very similar in name, but basically in Yak, you can send people voice messages and you can also record your screen and send them, but there's also no need to sort of necessarily, make sure to constantly be having meetings. As I said, it's really designed for asynchronous communication. And this is a sort of like add-on tool that you can record through your desktop, but quite an interesting concept. Now, Slack have also been busy doing this huddle function. Back in July, they released it, but they sort of formalized it recently with their Salesforce event. And as you can see here, what it allows you to do is in the bottom left-hand corner after a meeting, you can turn on a channel, much like you would in apps like Discord, where you can then be talking with other people after a meeting, a little bit like how you would walk away from a meeting and be speaking to other people around the desk. But you can join in a huddle after a meeting, sort of a bit counterintuitive because they're introducing a feature that helps you to reduce meetings, but then this actually keeps you in a meeting for longer. But what's quite nice about this feature is, I'm not sure whether they show it here, but you can actually have the automatic text automated so that it just pops up with what people are saying instead of having to tune in and having to be in that conversation. So if you're not really the person that necessarily needs to jump into that conversation, you can just avoid that. I genuinely thought there was going to be something on Salesforce Plus about Slack or like anything in the latest thing, but I don't know how Salesforce work, and to be honest, it's quite complicated. But I remember a year ago, I'm not even sure this is still a feature, but Slack had that sort of like video Instagram stories function where you could record little clips, updates for your colleagues, and you could share them at home. It was a little bit cringe. I made a video on it being a little bit confused about how it works, but at the same time a bit like maybe it would work. But we'll see. So I really do think Salesforce are probably investing much more in this, what they call customer 360. They've also got a few other versions of it. So as you can see here, they want Slack to be this Slack first marketing, Slack first sales, Slack first service. So essentially you're doing everything in Slack and you're not really leaving it. And what they want is to help you connect up with existing integrations on Salesforce. And I believe in this more recent update, they actually introduced 16 new Salesforce integrations. So with this, in sort of hindsight, they looking to sort of really embed it in their service as this sort of like hub for people to do all their work. and sort of point people in the right direction. Obviously, they still have like a huge base of people that are using Slack outside of this. So I can imagine they're sort of working on the two simultaneously. And that's probably why I wouldn't necessarily expect to see many new Slack updates in the near future. So I really do think this idea is pretty cool. I think any way that Slack can invest in reducing the amount of meetings could be really cool in the future, especially because I feel like a lot more companies are starting to understand the asynchronous work environments and how it can be beneficial to all aspects of employees' lives. But we'll see how this new update can improve the way that Slack is working. Anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you want to check out the Medium articles I'm writing, you can check that out in the link in the description. But obviously, I think Slack's doing some interesting stuff. Salesforce are sort of starting to activate what Slack could be as part of the integration with them. Anyway, folks, thank you very much. I'll talk to you all very soon. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.